So anyway, I've been trying to figure out all those different things, and I keep hearing this thing is too expensive, too expensive, too expensive. In the background, in a totally different place, in other states and stuff, this conversation is going around on a bigger scale. And the way a number of states have resolved it is by getting rid of the chaplaincy program. They go before their legislators and they say, it's too expensive to have a chaplaincy program now because there's all these lawsuits. And every lawsuit costs, thousands and thousands to millions of dollars each. And here's Patrick McCollum's lawsuit, a perfect example. These millions of dollars could have been used for something else, and instead it's the cost of doing business to try to facilitate the needs of a minority faith. It costs millions of dollars to try to, work something out for these Wiccans. That's what they're saying. And so what a number of states have done is they've actually thrown the system out, fired all the chaplains, and then the new model that they're proposing all across the United States is put the whole chaplaincy program up for bids for a 501c3 religious organization that is willing to pay their own chaplains to come in and facilitate it. They've done it in 3 separate states now. In every state, the same people have won the contract. It's a fundamentalist Christian organization who has big bucks, who gets every contract. And now California is saying, this Wiccan stuff's so expensive, let's get rid of all the chaplains. It's the Wiccans' fault, and let's not hire, but give a contract to the evangelical Christians come in, because they say they can meet the needs of everyone, and then there won't be any more problems. Well, I got news for you. That's a huge conspiracy. I mean, you have evangelical Christian organizations saying we got to get rid of all the minority faiths, and then you have lots and lots and lots of evangelical Christians in the correctional system. In the California system, they're just one after another that's a minister from some evangelical group who are the people who are telling us we can't come in. And those people are partnering with those guys outside, and they're getting rid of us and everybody else, and then they're going to bring them in and take it over. And that is what is going to happen. This is not even a prophecy or anything. It's clear as a bell. And if you want to look into this issue to see what's happened, the state of California is one of the states that, not California, Colorado is one of the states that's done that. North Carolina is just the last state to have, there's several other states too. North Carolina just went down. They fired every chaplain who's had interfaith training. They did retain some chaplains, and those are only the evangelicals. And now they're putting the rest of it up for bids for evangelical organizations to bid on it. And as a component of that, I ran into another part. While I was going through the battles for this case, one of the ways I've tried to combat the discrimination is to teach people in the larger correctional community about chaplaincy and what we should be doing and what is the vocation of chaplaincy. And I've worked myself up outside of the California system where I become very respected in the whole larger national community. I'm currently a member of the Executive Council for the American Correctional Chaplains Association. I am on the Standards Committee for what are the standards for chaplain for all correctional systems in the United States. And I've just been appointed as chair of the Minority Faith Issues Committee for the American Correctional Chaplains Association. And I'm the executive director of the National Correctional Chaplaincy Directors Association, which trains all of the people over the religion programs and all the government chaplaincy programs in the United States. So I'm not qualified to be a chaplain in the prison, and I've been hired by numerous different states to teach all the chaplains in the states how to be chaplains. But I still can't get a job in my own state. But in doing this, I got contacted by an organization called Correctional Corporation of America. Correctional Corporation of America heard I was an expert on chaplaincy, and they hired me to develop a chaplaincy program for their prisons, and they are the foremost private prison organization in the world. in the United States, and in fact, they own almost every private prison in the United States. And all the states are now contracting their inmates to the Correctional Corporation of America. So they flew me to their head office, and somehow they missed that I was a pagan. So I got there, they took me out to dinner, I met with the head of the whole thing, and they said, "Blessed brother in Christ, you know what our mission is. We've got the funding. We are going to open private prisons and save all the souls for God and for Jesus. And we're going to get all the contracts in the United States, and then we're going to be the ones who determine what people can and can't learn about religion." And I said, "You know what? I'm not working for you. I'm a pagan, you know." But they disclosed to me who funds them and what their objective is. So they have a private prison organization that is run by evangelical ministers, and all the money comes from evangelical churches to fund all the private prisons, almost every one in the United States. And they are partnering together with the organization who is getting the contracts. I think that's a huge story, and there's a lot of stuff to look into, but it's all like available on Google and other kind of places like that. And so there is a move to get rid of all minority faiths in every government context.